So this is the Hyanka TS12M compact subwoofer. They just released this maybe a month or two ago. So this is new to the market. Hyanka is a very good brand. They sent this out to me for review, and I've reviewed a lot of their products, and I've been impressed with every single one of them because you get so much out of the product for not a lot of money. This comes in at just under $200. This has a 300 watt amplifier with 1200 watts peak. This is one of the more powerful compact subwoofers that I've seen. So I'm really intrigued to get this inside the car. I'll show you where I'm installing it because it's not going to be inside my car. I actually have a surprise for somebody. But let's talk about this compact subwoofer here. So love the embroidery here, Hyanka on the front. The cloth feels really good, pretty healthy weight to it. Here's the amplifier here, and here's what I like about this. There's two different ways to connect this. So if you have a car that is using a stock stereo system, you don't have an aftermarket head unit, they give you a lot of different cables in a box to connect how you need to. So they give you a line out converter, which will be using this in the car that I'm going to install it with. So you have a line out converter with some wires on the end to connect to the sub, or you can use the provided RCAs if you have an aftermarket head unit, so you can plug it up to the RCA outs of that unit. So two different ways to control this. Of course, you get a bass knob as well, so you can put this in the front of the car, have this in the back of the car, and be able to control bass directly. And then of course your connections to power it up. So a long power cable with a fuse attached to it, so it's already ready to go, as well as a ground for the subwoofer itself as well. And then some corrugated pipe here to kind of conceal those cables, keep them looking factory, nice and neat and protected. And then some zip ties are in there as well. Instruction manuals, how to set it up, it's all here too. So this is pretty straightforward. So this is the 12-inch version as the name suggests. So you have this 12-inch driver here, and it's a pretty interesting driver. There's the surrounds here, and then this cone here, it's really stiff. So I don't imagine a lot of excursion will come from this, but it seems like it'll produce a pretty good amount of output. So I'm impressed with that. And then 1200 watts is max. That's pretty good for a compact, shallow kind of sub like this. And it's well built from what I can tell. There's where the seams are when they wrap the fabric, but it looks like high quality fabric. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. Even the amplifier feels really good. So this is an all-in-one package where they give you not only the sub, but they give you all the wires necessary for whatever kind of setup you're going to use it for. I think this is going to be a really good product. It's probably going to be a really hard product to beat for $200 if this is made kind of like everything else they've sent me to review. So I'm going to put this inside the car. So let's go outside and show you what's going on. All right, so we're set up, and just in case you're new to car audio and not sure how to set this up, I will show you. So this is the box here that you're going to use if you're going line level, meaning you're going to wire it to your speakers, your door speakers. So one of these colors will be the left speaker, one will be the right speaker, and then you can sum them up together so that you're getting both audio to the subwoofer, right? So this wire here is from my door speakers here going into the line level input here. The red wire is power, the blue wire is remote, and the black wire is ground. So the sub also needs its power too. So you're gonna put the ground, remote, and power into here. Of course, I have to clean that up because that is unsafe. So we'll get that together. But this is how the sub will look when you're completed. And then of course the RCA cables go from the line out converter to the amplifier itself. If you're not using line level, then you're gonna just plug your remote, power, and ground to the sub, and then plug your RCAs to your head unit instead. And then the remote knob will go to the front of the car so that you can control the bass. So here's the sub and how it looks when it's standing up. Of course, these are feet, so you can leave it laying down however you prefer. All her ground and everything is back here, so the sub has to kind of be on the side of the car, but you can put it towards the middle or whatever you'd like to. so I told the fans here that this is going in your car, not my own, that this is for you. I know you want a little bit of bass in your car. I know you're kind of surprised that I put this in there. What do you think? This is your car. What do you think from the 6-7 songs we listened to?
Well, from what you told me when it was sitting in the house, that you expected a lot. And then I expected a lot more, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fine. I've always said it's just a little bit more than I wanted. But I don't know. I guess I expected more.
Yeah.
But just because you hyped it up so much.
Yeah, because a lot of their stuff that they've given me has been pretty good. I've been pretty impressed with it. They're very, it's like a budget brand. You don't spend a lot of money. This thing's under $200. I don't know. I am kind of let down too. There's some things that are just kind of odd, like the bass knob doesn't work. You turn the volume up and it goes down.
Yeah.
You turn the volume down and it goes up.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of crooked.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then
I got kind of sad.
A little sad. It's not very loud. I will say this is definitely noticeable. It's like, it's obvious that it's on, you know. But I think our limitations, of course, is just that we're using, you know, the stock system, so it'll only play what your car lets it play. So we can't blame it entirely on the speaker itself.
I'm not gonna blame it all on my car though.
We're gonna take half the blame on the car for limiting the bass. We'll take half of it for the sub itself for just not being as good as I think it should be.
I mean, it's fine for now, but
for now, but we'll get you something just a little bit better. All right, well, we'll end it there then. Thank you for your time. All right, so for safety purposes, we're going to leave it downwards like this in case you have returns. We don't want it to fall, so we're going to leave it down like that, and I have it secured so it can't roll. So let me tell you what I think about this thing. So I'm not sure if I like it. I think you'd get your best performance out of it if you have it plugged up to an aftermarket head unit so that you can control the bass a little bit more. Line level input, meaning it's plugged up to the speakers like it is in this car, I think it does not perform very well. And it may be more so because of the car than the sub, but there are actual sub complaints that I have. Let me take you inside to the bass knob. So one thing we notice with the bass knob, you guys can see that we have it almost all the way down. So the more you turn it up, the quieter it gets. It almost becomes inaudible. You can't even hear it. If you turn it all the way down to min, then it is all the way down. But right here is the loudest volume. If I was to turn this up any higher than this, then the bass is completely gone. It's just not there. If I leave it right here, this is actually the loudest that it performs, which sounds the best. If you turn it down all the way to minimum, then again, there's no kind of audible sound. It's completely off. So this bass knob has absolutely no purpose. I told her to leave it right here because if you turn it up or down, it just goes down. So if you leave it right here, it actually plays at a pretty good volume. So we're just going to leave that in there. So let's talk about the LPF. That's your low pass filter here. And it says from 30 Hertz up to 150 Hertz. I have it all the way down to 30 Hertz and it still plays pretty much up to 150. So that LPF has no control over anything. So I think either it's just not functional, or if you're using the line level input version of this, that this just it doesn't do anything. It's just deactivated. It seems like, I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels like when you're line level, it just plays the information your speakers are playing. It just duplicates it. You can't really control anything. At least that's what I found out. So I'm going to give this a 3 stars out of 5. The reason being is because yes, it does play bass. Yes, it is louder than what it was before. It is an obvious difference, but it doesn't sound very good. I wish that it was ported. It would help it give more low bass output because there is no low bass out of this thing. I say this thing plays no lower than 45 Hertz, something in that ballpark. And there seems to be a very bad bass boost kind of built into the sub, around 50 Hertz or so. So it just sounds very boomy. So I don't like it for that reason. Again, maybe if I put it up to a head unit, it would be better. But most people who buy this kind of sub are not going to have a head unit. They're going to, have their stock factory system, and this is how they're going to use it. So I can only review it for what it's worth. 3 stars out of 5 is my final review on this. Will it sound louder than before? 100% yes. Will it sound better? 100% no. And the little issues that I'm having with some of the bass knobs controls and the LPF is kind of inexcusable. So with that being said, 3 stars out of 5, but thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we will see you guys in the next video. KPS Guy out. Peace.